Welcome to the GameBros show. This is Cuco coming to you live from our GameBros studios in beautiful Miami, Florida, with a live show of all the cool stuff that's coming out for PlayStation and Xbox. Um, so we got an action-packed show for you guys today, and I'm super excited to get into it with you guys really quick. Um, oh my goodness! So if it's not one thing, it's another. For some reason, my headset's not working that well. I gotta. There we go. There we go. And I need to shut this off. Okay. Wait a minute. There we go. Oh, that's so much better. Now I can hear myself talk. Um, we're here live on our in our Game Boy studio, like I said before. We got an action-packed show. We got a lot of stuff that we need to cover. I'm gonna need you guys' help in the chat room to participate in today's show because Prodigy and DJ Fuego had a little setback, so they couldn't make it to the show today. So I'm flying this thing solo. Let's see how it goes. This is the first time I ever tried to do a live show all by myself. Um, Please help me. So this is not just a burning pile of mess going into the internet sphere. But let's see how it goes. So first things first. Thanks to my friend Kakashi, he actually reminded me this morning about the Call of Duty. They actually announced they're gonna give a trailer tomorrow. So a lot of stuff leaked out as far as Call of Duty. So a couple this week, PlayStation actually on their PlayStation Network had a little tab that said Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and it had nothing on there. It just had the tab, and the internet just went ablaze. So it was very exciting for all the Call of Duty fans just to see that and just that little leak. So they actually had a name. Like we spoke before in our previous episodes, they already had spoken about when it was going to take place. So they actually had a Call of Duty, and it was going to take place in the future. So we were excited to see a new Call of Duty. I know I am. I was excited to see a different Call of Duty. I know they've changed a lot of stuff with the jetpacking and the augmented body armor, so you can run and traverse the maps. But to see different weapons, I think that's going to be cool. So they're actually with that leak of the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare name. They also leaked that there's going to have a Call of Duty 4 remastered. I know that a lot of people are very excited for this. I know I am. One of my favorite Call of Duties was Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and that's what completely just changed the whole landscape of the multiplayer experience. I know a lot of people that jumped on to Call of Duty when they made that transfer from the old Call of Duties in World War II, World War III, and then they jumped over to Modern Warfare. A lot of people just jumped over, and it completely changed the landscape of multiplayer. And I'm super excited that they're actually bringing this back because that was one of the best Call of Duty games. I don't know. Maybe in the chat room, you guys could let me know if you guys really like the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And it was one of Infinity Ward's top shelf game that they made, and that's what started the whole Call of Duty annualization of that franchise was that Call of Duty, and that's when they made so much money. They're like, hey, we gotta do this every year now. So they announced that, and with that they also now leaked out a date, which was November 4th. Like we always, Call of Duty always comes out in November, right before Christmas. That's what makes everything makes the whole sales thing just boost up because they're coming out right before Black Friday, and people buy it for a Christmas gift and so forth and so on, and that's gets the ball moving. So Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, what do you guys think? Is that going to be a good game? Are you guys excited for a Call of Duty game? Are you guys tired of the same old Call of Duty? I hope people don't jump onto the Call of Duty remastered after Infinity War. That's true. I never thought of that. Which multiplayer are you going to jump in? If they have two Call of Duties and they have a Call of Duty remastered, is that going to be better and everybody's just going to stick to that? Or are they going to jump back to the Infinite Warfare? Is that going to be the the multiplayer that demands everybody's. And what about a remastering of Modern Warfare 2? That would be. I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was a very good game as well. Kakashi in the chat room reminding us of how good that game really is. But we're excited just to see just a different Call of Duty and that transition of the game. So November, mark it down, November 4th. It's not official. It was a leak, of course. I'm sure Infinity Ward, I'm sure Activision's like, damn, we wanted to blow it up. So I guess they're speeding up the marketing campaign. So that's why tomorrow at, I think, 9 a.m., they're going to release a trailer for it. Yeah, 9 a.m. So they're going to release a trailer for the new Call of Duty. We actually have a video of what it kind of looks. I know that. So somebody that sent me the video. It looks a little like Killzone. You know, the little aesthetic and the way it looks. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does it look kind of Killzone-y? Does it look like Killzone? I kind of see a little resemblance. I don't think it's completely Killzone. But I'm just excited that it's something different, something cool. They're taking it to the future. I want to see some futuristic weapons. That's something I didn't like about Killzone. I know when they did the whole Killzone thing, it's supposed to be in the future. I wanted to see more future tech, like laser guns, this and that. Maybe the humans had rifles, regular rifles, but the Hellgas should have had futuristic or different kind of weapons because they're from a different planet. So it will be a premiere trailer, according to Kakashi. That's a good thing. Justin says in the chat room, it'll be teased in a full trailer like they did in Black Ops 3. Thank you, Justin, for helping me out in the chat room. What does Dan? A full trailer will be interesting to see. Justin, no, thank you for joining us. Yeah, I'll be interested to see a full trailer. Would you guys like to see gameplay? I always love these CG trailers that we're watching right now, but it's also good to see what the actual gameplay looks. You know, we have had, The Division. We have had the Watch Dogs where they show this cool trailer and everything looks amazing and all the action and popping and just madness going on. And then when you actually get the game, it's like, oh, what the hell just happened? So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we actually get to see a full-blown trailer with gameplay and see all the stuff going on. Justin says because Black Ops 3 came out, they released multiplayer gameplay with it. That would be awesome if they do that. Just show a little gameplay of the story and then also show some gameplay of the multiplayer. That would be interesting to see tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. I'm very interested to see what Activision does with this. With that, of course, Call of Duty has its rival, which is Battlefield, and they don't want to get left behind. So they're in news came out of Call of Duty, a new Call of Duty. Battlefield's like, we got to do something because they're stealing our thunder, and we can't let that happen. So that same week, how weird that something gets leaked, and Battlefield all of a sudden, hey, guess what? We want to release something as well. We want to jump on this marketing bandwagon as well. So on Monday, we'll get some Call of Duty stuff. And then on May 6th, which is a Friday, we're going to get some Battlefield 5 reveal. So what do you guys think in the chat room? Battlefield, Call of Duty, you guys don't care? Are you like me that you buy both of them or you just want to play games? It don't matter, like you don't pick sides. Or are you a Call of Duty fan and hate Battlefield? Or are you a Battlefield fan and hate Call of Duty? I understand. I see both sides of the argument. I understand why both sides can, put up a good argument for why their game is better. I honestly love both games, but I kind of tend to lean towards the Battlefield side. I love the squad-based things. I like having some tactics. I like to be able to, organize myself with the squad and have, hey, you're going to do this job. You're going to take out Alpha and Echo. We're going to take care of Zulu and just plan things out. And I like the whole more realistic feel of things. Do you guys want it to stay in modern times, or do you want the whole leak of a couple months ago that Battlefield 5 is going to go back to its old roots and go back to World War I? What do you guys think? Let's see here. Both are great, I sure. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like how so many people have been hating, or isn't. I'm sure that all are fun and faithful in Modern Warfare series. I agree, Kakashi. Why hate, man? There's so much hate in this world already. Let's just, if you like the game, like it and love it. If you don't like it, just pass on it. I don't understand why we have to hate each other. I ran into some kid. We weren't camping this weekend, and we were at a campsite, and it was so funny because I was wearing my GameBros shirt, and he started talking about video games, and he was hating on BioShock Infinite. He's like, "Oh, I hate BioShock, and the story sucked, and this and that." And I was like, man, of all the things, I don't know about BioShock Infinite story being that bad. I know people, it's very decisive. You got people that like it, you got people that hate it, but I'm more in the middle. I think it's okay. And then I asked him, I go, why do you hate it? Oh, I hate it because this and this and this. And I go, but you got to admit, it was a cool plot twist. He's like, plot twist? The plot twist sucked. I'm like, did you expect it? Oh, no, I didn't expect it. But that doesn't make it a good plot twist just because you didn't expect it. A good plot twist is when they insinuate things that let you know that there is a twist coming. I'm like, okay, they did. It's like, they did? I'm like, yeah, there was a couple that would appear everywhere. So that let you thought, like, how is this couple appearing in all these major points of the story? And he's like, oh, I never knew that. I'm like, did you play the game? He's like, no, I never played the game. I'm like, what? Like, you didn't play the game. How can you have an opinion and say the game sucks if you never played the game? It's like, oh, I read a lot of reviews and I watch a lot of YouTube and I see YouTube reviewers and what they think. I'm like, you can't do that. You cannot form an opinion about something so strongly when you haven't even tried it. It's like, how can you tell me the hamburgers from Foot Rockers are bad if you never ate a Foot Rockers hamburger? Or me, I'm dying to go to California. I want to go to E3. I want to chill in California, and I want to go to In-N-Out. I hear so many good things about In-N-Out Burger. I want to try it. I cannot form an opinion and say In-N-Out sucks if I've never tried it. So I understand there's a lot of YouTubers out there. I see Justin, he likes the whole 1942. I love 1942, the little downloadable game that came out. It was amazing. I wish they would, maybe like Justin, make it better. What? He said the story sucked. I agree with you, Kakashi. He said the story sucked. Maybe you don't like it, but still, that plot twist at the end was amazing. Like, you cannot tell me you knew that was going to happen until it happened. But same thing, I started this YouTube channel because of that. I got tired of listening to other people review games. I got tired of all the hypocrisy and fanboyism with like, let's say it's just an example. IGN is a fanboy of PlayStation, and PlayStation rules everything, and then you go to GameSpot and Xbox rules everything. No, it's not like that. It's not black and white. One is good at one thing, the other one's good at another, and vice versa. Some make good decisions and bad decisions, and same thing with Xbox and PlayStation. They make good decisions, bad decisions, they switch. And that's how it works. Shake Shack. Shake Shack's awesome. I love Shake Shack. Their milkshakes are the bomb. You got to try BurgerFi. BurgerFi's pretty good too. Man, you guys are making me hungry. Every time we do the show, we end up talking about food for some reason. But yeah, so Battlefield 5, they're going to drop a little nugget this week. We'll see what they have in store for us. Hopefully, whatever it is, I just hope that they put 110% in it. DICE always makes great games. I'm excited to see what they're going to show off this week. Speaking of announcements, these were good announcements. Nintendo, not so good of an announcement this week. Nintendo announced that, first of all, that their more beloved game, Zelda. Right here, you see it. Zelda, that was going to come out for the Wii U, was announced years and years ago, and it was going to come out. At first, I thought it was going to be a Wii U launch title. Got postponed, and now it got postponed, and it's going to come out in March of 2017. I wonder what all these Nintendo fanboys, that's why I got my boy Mario and Wario up here. They're representing Nintendo this week. What do you guys think of this? Like, I'm very sad. I think that this is slowly but surely, we got the coffin and we got the Nintendo in there, and we're starting to put the nails in it. I don't know how many things can Nintendo do to the Nintendo fanboy club of Nintendo power to, keep upsetting them. Like, everybody, went out and we're going to get to the early adoption thing a little later. But everybody early adopted into the Wii U expecting this right here, and they didn't get it. So now they're going to, postpone it. It's going to come out for the NX. It's going to do kind of like the Twilight Princess. It's going to come out for both. It's going to come out for Wii U and for the NX, which is a good thing for the NX. But like, speaking of NX, it also got postponed to March. Everyone thought it was going to come out in November. We were going to get a new Nintendo console for Christmas, but we're not. We're not going to get that Nintendo console for Christmas. What do you guys think? Like, how many mistakes is Nintendo going to do before they go into the whole Sega thing? And of course, we're going to have to do the whole Sega thing because Nintendo's just going to have to become a video game maker and just stop making consoles. Kakashi says, I have faith. I have hope that they will be good. I wish it was sooner, like most of us. Nintendo takes too long to develop games, and that's why the delay. And the NX will be better, and it'll be amazing. Hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed. Keep your, mushrooms in a bag and get some stars and maybe eat them all at the same time so you can become like, I don't know, a Super Mario Deluxe star guy and help Nintendo out because I'm seeing that some of the younger kids don't really give a damn about Nintendo anymore. They do not care. They're moved on to Xbox and PlayStation. The people that do play Nintendo games are people my age or a little younger, and we're getting older. So soon, Nintendo's going to lose their market. Coca-Cola is very good, and they make a lot of money. Why? Because they get, sorry to say, they get people addicted at a young age. So as a young age, they're addicted, and they grow up, and they keep buying Coke. Nintendo's got a big gap now. I know people that are Prodigy's age, they don't care about Nintendo anymore. And that's a sad thing because in the future, Nintendo is going to tank, and hopefully they partner up with PlayStation and start making Super Smash Brothers for PlayStation or Xbox. I really don't give a damn what system they make. If they're smart, they make it for both, and not align with a certain group and just make it for both, which would be a good thing for Nintendo. They could make, look at Rocksteady makes a lot of money. They made billions of dollars this year, and all they made was one game. So Nintendo can make easily the money that they want to make just making games and not messing around with consoles. I know they have another. When they announced the NX coming in March, they're like, "Oh, we're developing a new console and a new way to play games." Do we really need a new way to play games? Like, what is this gonna be? Only time will tell. We'll see. Kakashi, Nintendo never cares about how well they sell. They kind of do because remember they're the only company that doesn't sell their console at a loss. They're the only ones that make a console and still make profit on the console itself, up to the Wii U. I think now they're probably taking a hit on the Wii U, but I know Nintendo doesn't look how fast they cut the Wii U. If they didn't care about making money or making, they would support the Wii U and hopefully bring it out of the ground where it is right now. And they just cut it and they're like, hey, we messed up. Let's make a new one. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't keep throwing money at something that's dead anyway. So hopefully we'll see. We'll see what Nintendo has in store. Speaking of consoles, Xbox has announced this week that they're going to have a new console and a new controller that they're going to show off in E3. So in E3, we know it's going to happen in California where they announce all the cool video game stuff and they show off all the new stuff that's going to come out this year. So Xbox is going to show off a new console and a new Xbox controller. To be 100% honest with you guys, the Xbox One Elite controller is by far one of the best controllers out in the market right now. I know Scuffy makes a good controller. I know Cinch makes a good controller. But the Elite controller is very, very good. It just has everything you need. You can just change everything. It's got magnets on the analog sticks. It's got magnets on the control pad. You can just switch in and out. The back levers in the back that you can map, all that comes off. It is by far one of the best products. I love it. I hope PlayStation comes out with a product like that for the PlayStation. So Xbox continues. They're gonna come out with a new system. They're saying that it's not gonna be an Xbox 1.5, um, but it's gonna be an Xbox Slim, or it's gonna be an Xbox modified machine. Now it's gonna be changed. That's what I meant to say. So we'll see what they have in store. I don't understand, why would you not improve on the system? You're having problems with frame rates, and you're having problems with resolution. Why not add a couple of chips or add a couple of memory to boost that up? So you can get rid of that stigma of having low res games and all that stuff. Man, I've been waiting to play. Oh, the Elite controller is amazing, Kakashi. You have no idea. And just the ease of use of having to be able to swap parts in and out with it. It's a genius. Like I said, speaking of all that stuff, we have not had a chance to talk about the PlayStation Neo. PlayStation Neo was announced, it was leaked a couple of weeks ago. It's like a 4K PlayStation. It's going to have a better RAM and CPU. We actually spoke a little bit about it. I know the whole internet it's ablaze, and they're all going ballistic because, like, oh, I'm an early adopter. I want my cake and I want to eat it too, and don't improve on my. PlayStation has been improving their systems all the time. PlayStation came out, and then they had a PlayStation Slim. What makes you think they didn't change the components inside? They had to make it slimmer. So they had to, change the things. All you need to know is that it's going to play your games, that you can get a CD or download the game and it's going to play. That's all that really matters as far as a console gamer, that you don't have to worry about drivers and stuff like that. So I don't understand why everybody's up in arms. Oh, I just bought a PlayStation. Okay, you just bought a PlayStation. What if it breaks in a year and a half? You have to go buy a new one. Wouldn't you rather go, when you do have to buy a new one in a year, buy a new one that's better because they're giving you the option to? Like, I don't understand how people just assume that once you get a new PlayStation, that PlayStation is going to last for 10 years without a hitch. It's not going to happen. Some things happen, the lens, the CD that the little laser lens that reads the disc that breaks. Sometimes you have to buy a new system. I know a lot of people don't have 4K TVs. I don't know how everybody brushes this over, but the PlayStation that you have right now, the Xbox that you have right now, plays 4K content. It's just 4K video. You can watch videos, movies in 4K. I need a 4K TV. No, you don't. You just need a regular TV. But if you do happen to have a 4K TV, guess what? Now you can play games in 4K. Not just watch movies, but games. It'll up-res it in 4K for you, which is a plus. I do not understand how that's a problem. All you're doing is future-proofing your technology for in the future when you do decide to get a 55-inch 4K TV. This is not a TV. This is a green screen. But if you do decide to get a 4K TV, it'll work, and you could watch movies and play games with it. I don't understand how people get upset about this. And just go crazy about not being able, oh my gosh, they're making me buy. No, they're not making you buy anything. They're just giving you an option. When you go buy a Lexus at the dealer, they have 4 Lexus of the same model, of the same class, but they have different models. They have one with leather, one without. They have one with sunroof, one without. All it is options. It's the same damn car. I do not understand why everybody goes crazy. Sony does not have anyone hold at gunpoint about having to buy the thing. They're not going to divide up the user base. I know it came out that Sony had 40 million people buy a system. Those 40 million people can still play the games. The Neo mode, it will work with the new people that buy Neo. And the ones that don't, the games will still work. I don't understand. Hopefully, it doesn't become a problem for developers, because they do have to now produce two sets of settings. And I just hope that doesn't start creating delays or this game was gonna come out in September, but now we're delaying it in November because we gotta add the Neo mode to it. Hopefully that stuff doesn't start happening. If that happens, then we do have a problem. But examples, Grand Theft Auto came out for the PlayStation 3, then came out for the PlayStation 4. You don't see a big difference between the games. Yes, it does come in first person, and yes, you do get better resolution, better frame rate, but you're not playing a game and saying, oh man, this game looks like crap. on PlayStation 3. It still looks good. I don't understand why everybody feels like they have to buy something that they just announced. You don't have to. If you choose to, you can. And those are options. Just like Xbox is going to come out with one because they need to stay current with the new stuff. Just like Xbox announced this upgrade thing first, and I think that's when PlayStation said, "Hey, let's not get left behind. Let's also bump up our memory. Let's also bump up the stuff." I'm just upset because I want developers to pay more attention to new consoles. Honestly, this always is gonna happen, Kakashi. I'm sorry to tell you. Games are always going to be made for the one that has the biggest install base. We have seen it for many years. The one that has the biggest install base, that's the one they'll focus for, and then they'll port to the other ones. And that's just the way it is. If you had a business and you're making, let's say, cakes, and more of them like chocolate cakes, you start making chocolate ones, and then you, that's a bad example. I don't know. If you see it when Xbox had the biggest install base, that's the one that they developed for, and then they ported it down to the PS3, and that's just the way it is. Right now, they're making everything for the PS4 and porting it to the 360 because the bigger install base. And I wish I can't be president. If it's a president of a video game club, yeah, sign me up. But president of the United States, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't even know where to start. That's not my forte. But yeah, all it is about just having options. Everybody loves options. Just being able to choose whatever you want. You're not obligated. No one's holding you at gunpoint to pick the system that you want. And it's basically confirmed. AMD came out this week and said that they're making the chipsets for the new PlayStation. So it's basically in the bag. This is going to happen. And the biggest reason why it's happening is because of VR. They need a bigger, powerful system to make the VR work easier and more comfortably and not melt while you're playing VR. So that's why they're doing all this stuff. No, I don't think that they're gonna get rid of the processing box that the PlayStation VR is coming with. That you're still gonna have to use that, but it's gonna work a lot smoother and a lot easier with this new RAM and the new GPU and CPU. That's all they're doing it for. I don't understand why people are getting upset about this on the internet, to be honest with you. And Xbox is going to have like I just said, on E3, they're going to announce a new console as well. The Xbox is fun, though. Yeah, Xbox is an awesome system. They did a really good job with this new one. The whole Red Ring of Death, they didn't have to worry about that stuff. So a lot of console talk. We got the freaking console that's coming out in November for PlayStation. Xbox is going to announce something in E3 probably for November as well. And then in March, we'll have the NX. Hopefully, they'll get their act together, and Nintendo will come out on top with that. So we're going to take a quick break because I need to get something to drink because I've been doing a lot of talking. By the way, the news was brought to you by our friends at Jerky XP. We want to thank them for being our sponsors. We love them. Please go to www.jerkyxp.com and buy their product. It's really good. I really recommend the beef and cheese sticks. By far one of my favorites. Jerky, the teriyaki is really good, and their bacons are amazing. Just either the Cinnabon or the other bacon. I forgot the name right now, but they're both really, really good. Just go on to their website, www.jerkyxp.com, and check them out. So we want to thank them for being our sponsors. Like I said, we're going to take a quick break. I'm kind of boring, so I'm going to make you guys laugh a little bit. Just check out these funny clips of just things that go crazy, and it's just hilarious. Check it out.
Ja pierdol!
Oh, thank you.
What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Oh no, oh no! Ah! Baby!
Come back! Oh shit, dude.
Welcome back to GameBros. This is Kuko. And it's just crazy to see just the motorcycles, you know, the guy falls off and just the motorcycle just takes off without him, or the tire or whatever it is. It's just, I just found that video kind of hilarious because it's just all the mayhem that goes on. The guy's falling, remind me of, yeah. So now to the next portion of our show. I'm going to show you guys a picture of something. See if you guys can decipher what this is. This is the video game of the week. And if you guys can see the image, just going to let you guys listen to music real quick. That is the intro music for the game. I'm just going to tease it right now. Then we'll save it for the 20 questions at the end of the show. That we always play 20 questions. So real quick. Now we move on to our good sponsors at Hero Action, where we want to thank them for helping us out all the time. They're a very good Instagram page. You guys should check them out. Heroes and Villains on Instagram. They're amazing. I don't know what I said before, but it's Heroes and Villains. Go check them out. They have over 150,000 followers, so they're obviously doing something right. I love them because they always are up to date with movies and video game and hero and comic books information. They're always posting different things, and they're funny memes and all that cool stuff. So check them out on Instagram. It's Heroes and Villains on Instagram. Thank you guys for helping us out. So of course we got a new month, and a new month signals new free games. Yeah. So we're first off, we'll start off with the games with gold from Xbox. First off, we have a game called Defense Grid 2. It's a tower defense game. It is free from May 1st to the 31st of May. So the whole month, you could get Defense Grid 2 for the Xbox. And of course, you have to have an Xbox Gold account. But if you do, if you don't have space on your hard drive, just go to it and add it to your library. Add all these games to your library. On Xbox is awesome because all the games are backwards compatible. So even the 360 games will be backwards compatible to your Xbox One. So just add them to your library and have them, and they're yours. They're giving them to you, so you might as well take them. Take it. So first off, like I said, it's Defense Grid 2 and another sequel to a great game, which is Costume Quest 2. If you guys never played this game, it's a little indie, not an indie, it's just a little downloadable game, and it's about trying to save Halloween. A really cool game. I really loved the first one. The second one was also amazing. So you have these twin brothers and sisters, and they're trying to save Halloween. They have different costumes, and it's an RPG, and it's a time-based attack and defend style, kind of like Final Fantasy VII, that whole thing. So I recommend it. Go get it. It's free. It's a really cool little game. The other one that is for 360 is Grid 2. It's a really cool racing game made by Codemaster. They make awesome racing games. So go check it out. It's from, from May 1st to 15th for Xbox 360. And like I said, it's backwards compatible to Xbox One. And then you also could get Peggle. And that's from the 16th to the 31st on Xbox 360 and Xbox One. So from May 16th to the 31st, you can get Peggle. You guys know Peggle. Oh, this is Peggle 2, but it's Peggle. So those are the games with gold for this month of May. So check out these videos real quick.
Well, like I said, we weren't going home empty-handed. Oh! 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 On video!
Life has its, twists and turns. So and then now we have PlayStation Plus. PlayStation actually has a good lineup this time. I think last month Xbox took the cake big time. I think Xbox last month killed it with their games, with the Dead Space 1, which was by far one of my favorite games. And I think this time PlayStation kind of takes the cake on this month's free game stuff. So the first one they have is this cool little racing game. It's called Tabletop Racing. And to me, it reminds me kind of like Mario Kart, but with real race cars and stuff. They have power-ups and stuff like that. And it's basically like a kid playing with his, his toys. This is like an 80s theme. So you see the rocket is shooting rockets and stuff. It's a little cool little free game. Same thing with PlayStation. If you don't have hard drive space, if you don't even own a PlayStation 4, go on PlayStation Network, create an account, and add these to your username. That way, when you eventually do buy a PlayStation, you have all these games. So you have all these games before you even bought the system. So just add them to your library. So this is a good one, Tabletop Racing. And I know this game, my brother DJ Fuego is dying to get, and it's Tropical 5. He was going to buy it, and he's like, no, I'm just going to wait. And then when they announced this, the first person I thought it was of him. I go, DJ, you did it. You nailed it. You waited. And here you go. You're going to get the game for free. And basically how he explains it to me, because I've never played it. He's played the other ones. Basically, you're like a dictator, and you're creating an island. And it's basically like Civ City, Sim City, and you're creating a city. And basically you're a dictator, and you're trying to export all your goods to other ones and all this crazy stuff. So it's free and this is a really big game, robust game for them to give out for free. So this is the game that kind of tips the scale to the PlayStation side of things. I'm definitely going to make an account. Yeah, that's all you have to do. I've told friends about this before. Make an account and just start adding them to your username. You have to buy PlayStation Plus though. That's the only way you can get it though. You have to have PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live with Gold, so you can get these games for free. The other game for PlayStation 4 and the Vita is a game called Switch Galaxy Ultra. That's not it. This is it. So Switch Galaxy Ultra is a game that was announced at E3. It's just like a little rhythm-based game, and basically you're just changing tracks. There's 3 different tracks. There's obstacles in the way, so you're switching back and forth. I think this game works better on Vita because you can use the touchscreen and all that stuff to maneuver from left to right and all that crazy stuff. Yes, Kakashi, Tropical 5 looks really, really good. So that is for the PlayStation 4 and the Vita. Also for the Vita, I don't have, footage of it because it's for the Vita. Only people like me. I think they only sold like 12 Vitas in the world. They're basically in museums right now. The other game is God of War, Ghost of Sparta. Awesome game. Highly, highly recommend it. It's really, really good. If you have a Vita, download this game. For the PlayStation 3, you have Bionic Commando Rearmed. And then you also have Loco Roco Coco Rocho for the PlayStation 3. So go get those games. They're free. So this is where I usually tell DJ Fuego, what can we buy this week in mom and pop shops. But he's not here, so I'm going to let you guys know the games that are coming out this week. The first one's kind of a freaky deaky little game. It actually originally came out on the Ouya. But it's this game called Never Ending Nightmares. What do you guys think? It's basically, it looks like a Charles Dickens book come to life. And it's pretty freaking crazy. I've seen Let's Plays of this game, and it's pretty crazy. So if you guys like those horror and crazy mental games, like check that out. Like, oh, that's gruesome. Like, what the... It just, oh man, just ate them. Um, so this is a cool little game. It comes out this week on May 3rd. It's actually for the PlayStation 4 and the Vita. I'm glad they're still making games for the Vita. The next game is also another spooky, scary game. It is called The Park, made by Funcom. That sounded bad, but yeah. So it's basically you're at this amusement park, and most amusement parks are fun and beautiful, but this amusement park is scary and spooky. So it is The Park. It comes out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's an adventure game. I'm gonna check it out because I like these kind of games. They're kind of crazy and I love craziness. That's why I married my wife, because she's kind of crazy and fun. Those are the best kind of women to have, the crazy fun ones. So yeah. And Darren's like, yeah, different game, no doubt. Yeah, big time. Yeah, it's a crazy little. It doesn't look crazy. Like, it's to play a game in black and white in the middle of the night, just like all of a sudden, just like blood all over the place. All right, but it's cool though. We like it. It's not coming out. Yeah, it came out on PC, but now it's out on PlayStation and Xbox One this week. Another cool little racing game that reminds me of Mario Kart is a game called Coffin Dodgers. And this comes out for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One on May 3rd. All these games come out on May 3rd. I'm not going to say May 3rd anymore. So you can see, you get power-ups, you get all these crazy little things. So it's called Coffin Dodgers. It looks pretty cool. I like the aesthetic look of it. I think it's pretty awesome that they're making games like this. Like, my son has never played like a little easy to pick up racing game, and I think he'll like playing this game. He was playing Ratchet and Clank, which I'm gonna talk about a little later, and he had his old racing thing, and he was having fun with that. And I'm like, man, it would be awesome if you played Mod Nation Racers. You guys probably don't know what that game is. But, yeah, I'm also excited for Outlast 2. That thing looked amazing. Freaking amazing. Like, Let's Plays are going to be freaking going ballistic on YouTube and people playing that game. And hopefully nobody gets a heart attack playing it. But, yeah. So, Coffin Dodgers, like I said, May 3rd. Crap, I said it. This game, I don't want to knock it. It does look really, really stupid. I know developers took time and they left their house and they left their families and they worked really, really hard to make the game so we can play them and enjoy them. Like I said, I'm going to try it and then I'll give you my opinion about it later. But just the visual, just like looking at this, like you're looking at this, doesn't this look like retarded? Maybe it's fun. Maybe it's like Nidhogg. When I looked at it, I'm like, this game looks so stupid, but when we played it, it was amazing. So maybe it's like that. Maybe the game looks kind of weird and funky. It looks like, somebody's got a nasty acid trip or something. But maybe it's fun. So let's not knock it. You guys let me know what you guys think. Gosh, you really have to get off this guy's dick already. Oh, Roland Graves. Yeah. So push me, pull you. It's coming out on May 3rd. It's a party game. Looks kind of crazy. We'll see what happens. The next game is a game I highly recommend. It came out on Xbox One. It came out on Xbox 360 a long time ago, and it's made by Chair. They actually remastered it. Came out on Xbox One a couple months ago, and it's finally coming out for PlayStation 4 for all the PlayStation fans can actually finally play this game. This game is amazing. It's like a Metroidvania style game where you could go back and you get power-ups and then you can, level up and go to different parts of the map that you weren't able to go before. I highly, highly recommend you guys play this game. They did announce a sequel to it. That's why they kind of did the remaster so people can play it and catch up with it. It's called Shadow Complex. It's a really good game. Go out and get it. It comes out this week. So that's Shadow Complex, a shooter. That's cool. The next game is a game I'm dying to play. For all the Borderlands fans out there, the next game made by Gearbox, Battleborn comes out. A lot of people are like, oh, it's a MOBA. No, it's not just a MOBA. It's a MOBA, and it's one of the modes that the multiplayer has. It does have other modes that you could play in, but it's basically another Borderlands. You could play single player, you could play 4-player co-op, and it has a whole story, and it has a whole, they have missions and stuff that you have to do. It's just basically like Borderlands, but just reskinned, and it looks gorgeous. Like we played the beta, it looks amazing. I love the color. It's basically like you feel like you're playing a cartoon, like a Saturday morning cartoon. I love how all the characters have their own level power ups. They all have different abilities. Every character plays differently. Most games that you play, like they're very similar and they have one or two differences. But these guys, every character you play completely plays differently, which is awesome. I really love this game. I highly, highly recommend you guys go out and get it. Support Gearbox. They're a good company that makes raw ass games. I can't say any, I can't praise this game enough. The MOBA side of things is fun. It's freaking amazing. It's hard to play, like, Paragon's a game that we recommend because it's more of an action MOBA where you're playing third person. Like you don't have that like I'm playing a game but from like a blimp. I for some reason that's a disconnect for me. I like to be in the action and feel like I'm actually playing a game. So that's why we like Paragon. Same thing with this. This is a first person, so it's even you're in there a lot more. So that's something I love about this game. So go out and get it. It comes out this week. Like I said, May 3rd as well. Battleborn, Gearbox, support them. They're a very good developer. So all those games were, that come out this week. We want to thank our sponsors for that, which is our friends at, oh my gosh, what the hell just happened? Oh, Lord. So it's sponsored by our friends at PlayStation Lifestyle. PlayStation Lifestyle, go check them out on Twitter. They have all the latest PlayStation news and information, and they just on top of everything. Most of the stuff that I post on our Twitter or on our Facebook fan page is from these guys, because before anyone else posts anything about it, these guys post it first. I don't know how they do it. They're probably sleeping with all the PlayStation executives probably to get all their information. So please check them out. As far as reviews, we want to thank our sponsors at Squid Grip. They make the best controller grips by far in the market right now. If you have a problem with your hands slipping on the controllers when you're playing, you got to get Squid Grip. They actually make a good grip for your controller, and it comes like in this easy case where you just take it out and you peel it and you just put it on your controller, and it gives you that comfort and that grip that you need. So you don't, I don't know, for some reason I don't have that problem that my controller is slipping all the time. I know some people have sweaty hands and sweaty palms. Sorry. And that happens to them. So go to www.squidgrip.com and purchase some. And you'll see once you go with Squid Grip, you never go back. It's an awesome product. As far as for reviews this week, the first game I want to talk about is a really cool little game called Ratchet and Clank. My kids actually went to go see the movie this weekend, and they enjoyed it. My wife was like, it was all right. I guess it wasn't for her. But I know for many years we've been waiting for this game that is basically like playing a game made by Pixar. You're like, oh man, I can't wait till the graphics look like a Pixar movie. Well, that time has actually arrived. This game looks like if you're literally playing a Pixar movie. The graphics, the colors, the sound. It's a really, really good game. If you have a PlayStation, I know that a lot of people are not into platformers and they're like, oh, this is like a little kid's game. It is, but it's not. It's a funny, like the writing on it, it's amazing. And it's basically like Deadpool. Like they know they're in a game within a game and they're making fun because this is like a remastered of the first one. It's like a remaster remodel because it's not just a remaster. They actually did change levels and added stuff to it. The story is basically the same. Something that did change between the first one and this one is that Clank and Ratchet actually get along. I remember in the first Ratchet and Clank, Clank and Ratchet had like a rivalry going, but in this one they actually get along and stuff, so it makes things run a little smoother. But yeah, the story is very very good. I don't want to spoil anything, but the game and the Insomniac Games just destroys it when it comes to weapons. Sunset Overdrive, I love that game because of the weapons and just the craziness of it. I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but I love Resistance because of the weapons. By far one of my favorite video game weapons is the freaking, I forgot the name of the gun now, but it's a gun that's in Resident Evil Resistance 1, and I think it's called Hellstorm, and it basically throws just a ball of green little balls, and that little ball becomes like a turret. So it starts shooting at the enemy while you can flank it, or that's like the alternate weapon, or the regular weapon. It just shoots a bunch of green like balls at the enemy, and that was I always loved just setting that up and just flanking the enemy with it. And I thought that was a cool little weapon. On Ratchet and Clank, one of my favorite weapons is the pixel gun, and basically when you shoot an enemy, it turns them into like a 16-bit pixel, and then when you kill them, it does like the whole Wreck-It Ralph thing where they break into pixels. So I really like that. I wish they come back with these platformers. I think they call them mascot platformers because he's a mascot, whatever. I hope they come back with them. I think they're good. I think they're needed, especially for younger gamers, to kind of introduce them into gaming on how to use the controllers, how to turn. I know these kids, like my son plays Rainbow Six and he's like 6 years old, 5 years old. I know they don't need it because I guess they're more advanced and we're evolving, but it's also fun to hey, don't play Rainbow, play this and start playing, eat your vegetables before you eat your meat, and they could play with the platformer. I highly recommend this game. Ratchet and Clank, really, really good game. I love it. The other game is a game made by Housemarque. They made a game called Resogun. They also made another game called Dead Nation. And so now this time they made a game called Alien Nation. So it's basically aliens come and invade the Earth, kind of like XCOM Enemy Unknown type of thing. The game is totally different. It's a twin stick shooter. I really love the way the game looks, the colors, the lighting. The only thing I don't like is that I like the Dead Nation that you had the co-op couch play where I could play with my son or whoever, and you could play on the same screen. This time they went away from that, and you could play co-op, but everybody has to be on their own PlayStation. I wish they would have had that couch co-op thing. But besides that, I really like the game. I like that you level up your character. There's different classes, so you can have different classes, and you can level them all up. All the maps are different. You start off in Alaska, and then you go through different parts of the world. The only thing I didn't like also was that the weapons all look similar. And I also wish the camera was a little closer. Like, it's kind of far away, so you can't tell, you can't see the details that well. The details are there. The graphics are awesome. Like, you can see the smoke effects, the fire effects, the lava, and the guns. I just wish you were a little closer so you could see them or appreciate them a little bit more. But it's a $20 game. Go buy this thing. Housemarque makes great shooters. Dead Nation, Resogun. All these games are amazing. Please support Housemarque. They make great games. And Alien Nation didn't disappoint. I love, there's all these enemies on the screen at all the time. There's boss battles, and within each mission, there's little side missions you could do within them. I like how they spreaded the game out. It's a really good game. I highly recommend you guys go get this game, Alien Nation. Very, very fun. Kakashi's like, yeah, I love Dead Nation. It was lots of fun. I agree. It's basically the same thing. You're substituting aliens for the zombies, and you're upgrading the gameplay and the graphics, so you can't lose there. We want to thank everybody for watching. We want to thank everybody for supporting us. I know we're small little video game show here on YouTube. I know you guys could be at, any other show and you guys could watch any other thing. I know Kakashi's about to go watch Game of Thrones right now. But we want to thank you guys for helping us out. Please, please help us out. Please subscribe. Please share with your friends and family. Please just tell your friends about our little, piece of video game show that we have here. We want to thank everybody for watching. I can't do 20 questions today because it's kind of hard for me to do it without the help of Prodigy and DJ Fuego. But we want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for participating in the chat room. And remember, like we always say, live in your world but playing ours. GameBros. Peace.
We'll be right back.